We now have a better understanding of how to install the ADCS and how to make some configurations to the Certification Authority console, as well as backing it up and restoring it. So we're actually going to drill into certificates, and we're going to focus on managing certificate templates. Templates are out of the box options for you to choose from, and we can use them as a baseline for creating new certificates. So what I want to do now is take a look at certificate templates. You can use these to define the purpose of the certificate, as well as how your users or computers can request specific certificates. And these can be managed using both a GUI and command line tools such as PowerShell. And when we have templates, we have 4 different template versions. And these provide different features as well as characteristics. Version 1, it's created by default when you install CA, limited changes, and one of the options not available with a version 1 template is the auto enrollment feature. Version 2, several of these are created for you as well, and you can modify or create your own version 2s. Version 3 support more advanced features, including CNG, and CNG is the cryptography next generation. And version 4 supports newer features like CSP, cryptographic service providers, as well as key storage providers. And this version has been around since Windows Server 2012. And when we're looking at certificates, we have to be very concerned about security. The template security is configured using the Security tab on your individual template properties, and it determines what access your users have to the template. And there are 5 different types of template permissions. However, depending on the version of the template, you may not see all 5 of these, specifically the auto enroll. And the first one is read, which enables a user or computer to read the properties of the template when enrolling a certificate. And one heads up for you is be sure that the default read permission for the authenticated users group is never removed from a template. The write permission enables a user or computer to modify template properties. Full control, whenever you hear that, think full party rights, enables users to modify all properties of the template, including security settings, which we're addressing right now. And then we have enroll, assuming that the user or computer has the read permission. The enroll permission enables that user or computer to enroll a certificate based on that template. And our final permission is auto enroll. If again the user or computer has the read and now has also the enroll permission, the auto enroll permission will enable that user or computer to enroll a certificate using auto enrollment. And you're going to always assign these permissions on templates to global or universal security groups, being these templates are stored in ADDS. If you decide to create or modify templates, there's a few things you need to take into consideration. The purpose of the certificate. Do I need to create a brand new one, or can I tweak an existing one to meet the goal of the certificate? Methods required to submit valid certificate requests, the key length and validity period, and the enrollment process and the requirements for that enrollment. And we saw some of these options as we created our certificate when we configured ADCS. Certificates can be single-purpose or multi-purpose, and multi-purpose certificates are used to simplify administration. So if you have a bunch of users that require a certificate to achieve a few different things, such as email signing, EFS, and maybe smart card sign-in, instead of creating a single-purpose certificate, you could create a multi-purpose certificate by combining these 3 items. Template modification options, we have 2. You can modify, which changes the original template, but it only applies to new certificates. And then we have supersede, where we have multiple similar templates. These are replaced and new certificates are issued to users having old certificates. So modify says, okay, from here forward, I want everyone to have these new settings. Supersede says, I want all of my current certificate holders to have these new settings in addition to the new certificates that are going to be issued. Let's step back out to our domain controller number 1 and take a look at how do we use Certification Authority Console to create and manage a certificate template. So we're back in our Certification Authority Console. We went through these folders earlier. We're going to focus specifically on the certificate templates. And here are some templates here. Notice we have domain controller, computer, user. But I want to go deeper. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to manage. It's going to open up the Certificate Templates console. And here's the schema version numbers I was telling you about. Remember, version number 1 doesn't have an auto enrollment security option. If I right click on domain controller number 1, which is version number 1, and then go to the security tab, notice I have full control, read, write, and enroll. I'm missing the auto enrollment. That wasn't introduced until version 2. So let's go to domain controller authentication. I'll go to properties again, go to security tab again. Notice this does include the auto enroll. So I just wanted to point that out. Not available in version 1, but versions 2, 3, and 4, you'll be able to find that pretty easily. Let's go to our computer. We'll right click, go duplicate template, and you're going to see it brings up several tabs for us. And under compatibility, as far as certification authority, it goes as far back as Server 2003, and the default certificate recipient is Windows XP or Server 2003. We have the General tab, and this is where we identify the template name, so I'm going to call this MTP Computer. Validity period is 1 year by default with the renewal every 6 weeks. Let me change this up here. We're going to call this MTP Computer as well for the display name. And I can choose to publish this certificate in Active Directory. We talked about the publishing option. And then we have other options like request handling. Cryptography is over here. We have key attestation. I think I said that correctly. Remember I said we could supersede templates if we wanted to do that. We could do that here as well. Where we identify certificates issued by this template will supersede certificates issued by all templates added to this list. We have a tab for including extension in this template. We have security options. This is where we can identify the permissions for the users. And then we have subject name, we have server, and we have issuance requirements. All of these are options that you'll want to configure as you create new templates using the out-of-the-box certificate templates.